Imagine being at a joyous wedding, yet feeling trapped by anxiety. Sam knew that feeling all too well. This is the story of his quiet struggle amid a thumping celebration. Will he find a way to truly be present, or will the noise consume him? Discover how to navigate overwhelming social events and embrace your calm strength. Sam felt the thumping bass of the wedding reception like a physical weight pressing against his chest. The lavish hall buzzed with laughter, clinking glasses, and the relentless energy of celebration. He felt a knot forming in his stomach, a familiar sign of anxiety creeping in. Seated between his partner's distant cousins, Sam smiled thinly, clutching his glass as the forced small talk began again. He tried to focus, but the noise seemed to amplify the racing thoughts in his mind. "So, what do you do?" the woman asked with a rehearsed enthusiasm that made Sam's heart race. "Ooh." He swallowed, forcing himself to meet her gaze. "A software developer," he replied, keeping his tone light and neutral. The conversation fizzled quickly, slipping back into awkward silence. Around him, the music swelled, conversations overlapped, and the chatter of unfamiliar voices washed over him like a relentless tide. Sam felt a wave of dizziness and a growing need to escape. Sam had wanted to be here, to celebrate his close friend's marriage, to be a good friend. But the noise, the flashing lights, and the crowded room gnawed away at his comfort. His mind raced with self-criticism. Everyone else was laughing and dancing. He felt like an outsider, trapped inside a heavy blanket of anxiety. He glanced over to the dance floor where the bride and groom twirled with joy. Sam's stomach clenched with guilt. Was he failing as a friend? Was his silence a sign of indifference? The thought was a sharp thorn in his chest. Trying to ease the pressure, Sam excused himself, making a beeline for the bar. The small space felt slightly less daunting. He ordered a drink, then another, seeking grounding in the familiar routine. Yet the anxiety lingered, an uninvited tenant in his mind. A trip to the restroom offered brief relief, a quiet corner away from the noise. He washed his hands slowly, staring at his reflection. The man staring back looked tired, overwhelmed by something he couldn't name but felt deeply. He splashed cold water on his face, hoping to regain some composure. When he returned, Sam found himself edging toward the exit and slipping out onto a small, dark patio. The night air was cool, soothing against his flushed skin. He breathed in deeply, grateful for the silence. The stars twinkled above, offering a sense of peace and perspective. "Bit much in there, isn't it?" a voice said gently behind him. Startled, Sam turned to see an elderly man smiling warmly. The man's eyes crinkled kindly beneath his silver eyebrows. "I'm the bride's grandfather," the man said, extending a hand. "I come out here when I need to recharge the old batteries for a minute." Sam shook his hand, feeling a surprising ease. Here was someone who understood, who didn't expect him to mask his feelings with fake smiles or forced chatter. They stood in companionable silence, watching the stars blink above the wedding hall's glowing windows. The silence was comfortable, a welcome contrast to the noise inside. The grandfather's presence was comforting, a quiet anchor amid the storm of Sam's thoughts. He felt a sense of calm he hadn't experienced all evening. After a few minutes, the man clapped his hands together. Sam smiled genuinely for the first time that evening. The man's simple acceptance and understanding shifted something inside him. Reinvigorated, Sam rejoined the party. He found his friend and gave him a heartfelt hug, sharing in a genuine moment of joy. Then, with a happy dance, he celebrated on his own terms. He didn't need to be the loudest or most energetic, just present and joyful. When the night began to wane, Sam quietly slipped away without guilt or apology. He had learned something important about himself. He had learned that being a good friend did not mean enduring noise and chaos all at once. It meant honouring his own needs while showing up in the moments that mattered most. Walking home under the quiet stars, Sam felt something new, a calm strength blooming within. The anxiety had receded, replaced by a sense of peace. He took a deep breath, the cool night air filling his lungs with a sense of renewal. The world seemed quieter, gentler, and more manageable. Anxiety might visit again, but now he knew how to dance with it, step by step, in his own quiet way. He felt prepared for whatever came next. He smiled, knowing he had found a balance, a way to be present without sacrificing his own well-being. He was ready to face the world on his own terms.